Ugh. Why does my head hurt so bad? Oh, that's right. I was up all night crying after I beat Alternative. Oh, no. I can't process these feelings right now. What? Wait. Again? Muv-Luv review? I already deleted that alarm. What's happening here? I better go see Yuko-sensei. That's right. Then this morning, I seem to be reliving June 12th again.
I see. Very interesting. This does remind me of the Groundhog Day theorem postulated by Dr. Murray. He theorized that avoiding a paramount task could cause one to be caught in a time loop. Is there any important task that you're avoiding?
The Muv-Luv review.
I see. So it appears you have found your answer.
It hurts too much to tackle it alone. I'm gonna need some help.
Well, in that case, we better call in the best.
Good morning, soldier. Let's get started.
Now, this is my first visual novel that I've ever reviewed, so I think the best way to approach this is to just give my thoughts on Extra and my overall thoughts on the series as a whole, but give you a warning when I'll be delving into the second and third installments. This is because it is impossible to not in some way give mild spoilers in simply discussing the direction of the series. Suffice to say, any promotional material for the series gives some clues. However, I will give you ample time to bow out if you so wish before those mild spoilers are discussed. Extra is a slice-of-life visual novel, but there is a tonal change in the sequels that in order to discuss, I will inevitably have to spoil the surprise. So as ecstatic as I am to talk about this and share my review with you, if you want to experience Muv-Luv with a 100% blind and spoiler-free experience, then beware. Muv-Luv Extra. The first entry in the Muv-Luv franchise, despite what the name might suggest to the contrary, is Muv-Luv Extra. It is a slice-of-life visual novel that's primary purpose is integral to the overall plot direction and character development for the entire series. It is laced with foreshadowing with the masterful skill of the Muv-Luv writers. For me, the two major takeaways from the Muv-Luv series on the whole is its unparalleled world building and the tremendous growth of the colorful cast of characters, especially its protagonist. The writers keep true to the laws of the world, and the characters stay true to their own personal development. Extra presents itself as that cute, generic slice-of-life visual novel, but then there's a plot device that radically changes the direction of the sequels in Unlimited and Alternative. If you want my spoiler discussion on the series, then be sure to watch Friday's video where Blue and I have a no-holds-barred discussion on all things Muv-Luv.
And trust us, you won't want to miss it.
Just know that I love this game with all my heart. It's fantastic, it is cruel at times, heartbreaking, and above all else, one of the most beautiful stories I've ever experienced in gaming. It is an understatement to say that Muv-Luv is truly capable of subverting expectations, yet providing the groundwork so that the payoff is astronomical. There is a feverish attention to detail with the world building and character development. I cannot recommend this game enough for anyone who is a fan of sci-fi or just awesomeness in general. Also, if you're a fan of the old school anime Blue Gender, then look no further, this visual novel is for you. Presentation and music. The presentation of Muv-Luv is extremely effective. Whether the scene is a comical drill milky punch from Sumika or an emotionally devastating G-bomb hitting you directly in the feels. the presentation and score are always impactful. It really was a joy to experience as a newcomer to the genre, and it has set my expectations for visual novels to a staggering height. The soundtrack always had the ability to either lift my spirits very high at times, or at others to help deliver the grand sense of purpose and scale the story relates. Characters. The cornerstone of Muv-Luv and the root cause of my maddening descent into love for this series centers on its characters. In the beginning, it appears that the Muv-Luv cast will be comprised of nothing more than the typical anime tropes that run the gamut from cool samurai girl all the way down to a little cat girl. However, these basic archetypes are merely the building blocks used to construct one of the most lovable casts who are part of one of the grandest and most mind-boggling epics of all time. Though this may be my first true visual novel, it is one for the history books. From the humble beginnings of Extra, we are then thrust into the all-gas, no-brakes entries of Unlimited and Alternative. The success of both of these titles hinge on the love and connection we feel to the characters established in Extra. Now, since I'm a newcomer to the genre, Blue is going to come in and share how Muv-Luv fits into the genre as a whole.
Truly, it is not an understatement to say that Muv-Luv is a masterpiece. In fact, it's a masterpiece of masterpieces. It's the Mount Olympus of visual novels, the king of the mountain, the heights that we should all be aspiring to, both in what we read and what we make. You've got great things like movies, books, and other visual novels. You have these wonderful works of art, all of them having their charms, the things that get right, the things that get wrong, then somehow melody forms together into something beautiful. Muv-Luv is the perfection of that. It may seem like three distinct stories, but it's truly only all one story. And not only is it that, it's directly, intrinsically built in with you as the reader in mind. It's not simply a narrative that happens to make sense and tells an amazing story. It is. But it also takes into account the choices you make and the experience you have as a player playing a visual novel. See, what makes it different here is that the creators understood their audience. They understood their audience passionately, I'm guessing because they were themselves fans of the genre. And because of that, they're able to do things that I've never seen before. They're able to intertwine the method and the madness that comes with playing a visual novel with experimenting and making choices and seeking alternate endings, bad endings, good endings. By weaving it so intrinsically together, you come to the end of the story feeling like every step of the journey was important, critical, and taught you something not only about yourself and the characters, but something that was critical to know to truly appreciate what the climax of this entire journey is. And it's a climax that literally beats your soul into submission and awe. It sounds brutal, and it kind of is. But it's the brutal ways that help us leave impressions. Not the kind that makes messes or leaves bruising, but the kind that tempers steel into a finely crafted sword. Something that can stand the test of time. Something that's been pressured and pressed into something magnificent.
Recently, I asked my friends on Twitter what makes a game 10 out of 10 in their opinion. An overwhelming majority of the answers always came back to characters that they feel both invested in and could identify with or relate to on some level. This is where the prowess of the Muv-Luv writers shines brightest. Extra is an integral part of experiencing all Muv-Luv has to offer, as we get to meet nearly all the main characters that we will grow with over the course of the series. And that's just it. We grow with these characters. Full disclosure, I straight up did not like the main character of Takaru in Extra, and in my opinion, you're not supposed to. Takaru feels very much like an indictment of your everyday self-absorbed gamer. However, this is his starting point, and by the end of the game, I saw a glimmer of hope for his growth as a character. Takaru is a high school student that has an ironclad friendship with his childhood next-door neighbor, Sumika. Through some hijinks and crazy anime events, they meet Maya, who is a mysterious yet filthy rich girl. Extra lays the groundwork for the rest of the series, yet offers an insane amount of replay value for when you complete the entire series. The second I completed the series, I wanted to go back to Extra and try to identify all the foreshadowing that takes place in the first title. So often, series I love were never written with the foresight of where the sequels will take place. Yet the entire Muv-Luv series has the distinct honor of having 3 complete experiences that give wonderful and satisfying conclusions for each entry. The titles expand and give answers to the burning questions that will linger in your mind from episode to episode. Never did I feel there was not a clear payoff for every question the game poses along its epic journey. Just want to say that Takeru and the gang stole my heart, and this series forced me to ask questions of myself that I had never considered before. I feel as if I have grown and changed as a person as a result of experiencing Muv-Luv's story. Now with that, I will be delving into more discussion on Unlimited and Alternative. But if you want a completely blind experience, then I want to thank you for watching up to this point. Please check out Blue's channel, it's down in the description. He is the top of the mountain when it comes to visual novel content creators. Muv-Luv Unlimited. Here we see a tonal change from a slice of life anime to a sci-fi dystopian world where we experience an alternate reality where mankind has been at war with a Lovecraftian alien horde that is hell-bent on eradicating all of mankind. The Earth's population is on the ropes, and we follow the story events of Takeru as he tries to return to his home dimension. We see him grow as a character as he begins to learn that his own sense of morality and goals are not enough for him to survive and be the hero that this world needs. Unlimited has 2 major goals it sets out to accomplish. First, to establish the universe that this alternate history takes place in, how mankind has fought and struggled against extinction, against insurmountable odds, and how that struggle has changed mankind and its culture as a result. Second is to show us Takeru's growth as he begins to shift from his juvenile and selfish mindset to someone who is ready to lay down his life for those he loves. Unlimited's ending hits with the force of a G-bomb and left me immediately ravenous for more. The world building of Unlimited whets your appetite for the epic that is Alternative. Muv-Luv Alternative. This entry, among many, leaves so much of an impact when it comes to the themes. Muv-Luv is the culmination of all the themes and the idealism that is both depicted and critiqued within the entire series. This entry really highlighted social and national issues between America and Japan in this alternate reality. However, there are real-world government issues that they don't shy away from. The manipulative nature of the world powers to try and save face among nations, while simultaneously try to stack the deck in their favor. Muv-Luv Alternative shines a light on what truly drives us to persevere through hardship. This theme demonstrates that it simply isn't enough to know what you are fighting for, but rather to ask yourself, what are you willing to sacrifice to do what must be done? Muv-Luv lays the foundation for impossible situations and then forces us as the reader to become immersed and reflect on the issues at hand.
Alternative is the ultimate payoff. We're talking Tolkien-level world building, Harry Potter-like lovable characters, and the personality and depth of your real friends and family. I've never read another book, watched another movie, or played another visual novel that marries these elements so eloquently as Muv-Luv does. And with all that I am, I promise that the sight at the top of the hill is worth the hike it takes to get there.
At its core, Muv-Luv shows the many different sides of idealism, from goals that help us get through the day to goals that help us press on towards the future. Takeru in the beginning is shown to have idealistic attributes that are depicted as insufficient for a world that is on the brink of extinction. But as he grows and matures as a character, we see him form his own set of goals that is a coupling between the idealistic world he has come from to the hardened world of the beta universe. Alternative also covers topics that are extremely sensitive and not for the faint of heart. Topics such as grief, denial, self-harm, and PTSD, just to cover a few. This series does not pull any punches, and it explores these horrific facets of tragedy with its eyes wide open. One such key moment in the story deals with the sudden and violent death of a loved one. This hits particularly close for me, as I have someone in my life that I loved very dearly that was killed at a young age in a car accident. Muv-Luv covers survivor's guilt and the process of grief with a fiercely raw and accurate approach. The work is masterfully done, and the science and world building of Muv-Luv is grounded in reality, but expounded upon with a beautiful sci-fi finesse. Muv-Luv excels at allowing us to go on a journey with our heroes. We learn with them, and when their preconceived notions about the world are challenged, we too are challenged. Playing this series, I found myself taking inventory of my own life, asking myself, what is my unbreakable rock and focus in life to propel me forward through the hardest of times? I lost my brother 12 years ago to a car accident. Finding the strength to press on is something endemic to all mankind. Some may have it harder than others, but at the end of the day, we must all find our own guiding light. For me, it is my family and few closest friends that keep me grounded. Maybe it is a creed or religion for others. However, we must all find that rock to stand on. Muv-Luv is a work of art, and my time with it left me changed as both a gamer and a person. I cannot recommend it enough to fans of visual novels and gaming alike. Well, there you have it. There's my review of the Muv-Luv series. I want to give the biggest of thank yous to TheBlueShifting for helping me out with today's video. I couldn't have done it without you. A link to his channel is down in the description. Such an incredible visual novel Let's Player. Definitely check him out. Also, I want to thank Zaduk Zug over on Twitter for helping me with the script today. You are a massive help and an awesome friend. Make sure to follow her over on Twitter. And also, I want to thank you guys for watching. Like this video if you liked it. Subscribe and hit that notification bell so we can keep hanging out in the future. And until then, I'll see you all next time.